inevitably, Janelly, Barcelona won this game, even though I did have Leuven predicted to 1-0.
You did.
You know, you have to jump on the train.
Yeah. You had to balance it out.
Yeah, but ultimately it was Barcelona who won, and deservedly so. They played great today.
Yeah, I think we talked about it earlier. I said Barcelona would be sitting at the top of the table with 9 points at #1 with goal differential, and they did it. I think they're proving that they want to be #1 and they want to be the best team in this Champions League. And
it also just shows that they beat Bayern Munich, that was it 7-1 on match day 1. Like, if they're beating the Giants 7-1, it just shows they're a powerhouse.
Yeah, and they also have El Clasico coming up on the weekend, and they're able to sub out their starting players after they're comfortably ahead. So that is some of the differences between when you look at in context when you have your domestic and the international competition. And some of these teams are able to just keep that train chugging and focus on both because they're so dominant.
What's the secret, Kelley, to Barcelona? You know, they lost in Liga. They lost in Liga FA, and there was questions going into this game. Look, they haven't gone goalless in a game for 5 years. And then they come back and it's like nothing even happened.
Yeah, you know, I mean, like you said, they hadn't lost in 5 years, right?
Yeah.
Or gone goalless in 5 years. So
yeah.
So that's gonna happen sometimes. It's football. Like that. You're gonna have a bad day, and they were not able to break down Sociedad on the weekend when they played them, but came into this game against Leuven, and I give Leuven a lot of credit. They played them pretty straight up. You know, they were pressing. They were, you know, stepping outside into Barcelona's half on the press. And I didn't expect Leuven to do that, but Barcelona, they weren't able to score quickly as we thought we were. You know, as every moment ticked forward, we were like, wow, Leuven's really holding on. But it's Barcelona. They have excellent players. They're one of the best, if not the best, club teams in the world. And they're just able to figure out what they need to do and get it done on the day.
I think Barcelona deserves to be at the top of the table right now, but they haven't been tested yet, if we're being very realistic.
I mean, Bayern? But is it just because Bayern played so poorly in that game?
That was not the Bayern.
They weren't shocked by Bayern.
We didn't see Bayern's best version, so they weren't tested. It was a very easy game for them. And I think their biggest test is going to be next week against Chelsea.
Ooh, that'll be interesting.
How do you feel about that?
I don't know if I'm going to sleep until then.
Leuven also had that goal that we thought maybe they've done it, and it was disallowed. It was offside, but it just felt like maybe there was a little bit of a fairy tale here.
I know.
But it was not to be.
Especially being 0-0 for such a long time.
Yeah.
To put it into context, though, how good Barcelona and how dominant they were today, they outshot Leuven 43-0. 0.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I guess that one that got called, was it offside for Leuven?
Yeah.
That obviously doesn't count. Do you think we're seeing this kind of fairy tale dream over, Kelley?
No, I don't think so, actually.
Look, they've got Roma, PSG and Arsenal left. So Arsenal's going to be tough. PSG and Roma, though, they could hopefully get some points out of them.
I think they could actually get points off of both PSG and Roma. And maybe Arsenal, you know, who knows? But
who knows at this point?
They've had a hard day.
Pile it on.
Yeah, sorry. But no, I think if I'm on Leuven, I'm saying we held Barcelona scoreless for much longer than I think many people thought possible. And they should take every ounce of momentum that they can from this game. They shouldn't look at this game as a failure, in my opinion. I think they should be like, let's pat ourselves on the back for what we were able to achieve. Like, this wasn't a 7-1 loss like Bayern had. And I think also why we love Leuven is their mentality. They've had 2 comeback wins in their first 2 games. Okay, they came up against the Giants of Barcelona and they lost 3-0.
Yeah.
Send it back here, keep moving forward, and be a part of the conversation in the knockout phase. I think we'll absolutely see that from them.
Yeah, 100%. Moving on to the other Spanish side we saw today, Atletico Madrid. They are my dark horses. And things were going really well for them, weren't they, Janelly? And then Juventus were able to come back from 1-0 down. Juventus are sat 8th at the moment. So this was a must-win for them, but also a must-win for Atletico Madrid.
It was. I think for Atletico Madrid, they have it tough going forward. I think losing those 3 points today, I mean, they have FC Twente, Bayern, Lyon. It's going to be really tough for them to pick up points in the next 3 match days. And for Juve, I think they're exactly where they want to be. They have 6 points. They've won 2 out of the 3 games. They're playing really well. They came from behind. They have players that are in good form. Bonansea, I think, has been their best player. She participates in the final third so often. She gets that game winner. So I think Juve's, they're exactly where they want to be.
Yeah, it's almost like, Kelley, they've breathed life into their campaign. We're finally starting to see a Juve side that's performing really, really well.
Yeah, like Janelly said, they have 6 points now after 3 games, which is great. A comeback win here. And what I want to point out is the possession of this game. Atleti had 69% possession to Juventus's 31% possession. So they won this game against the run of play, and they didn't allow Atleti having the ball and being in possession essentially the entire game kind of shake them, and they were still able to capitalize when they needed to.
And I agree with you, and I think they won it because although they didn't have the ball, they were so smart. They were managing the game. They were wasting time when they had to. They were breaking Atletico Madrid's rhythm when they needed to do it, and I think that's really, really, really smart of them. If you know you don't have the ball and you know that you're going to be defending when you're up 2-1, waste time. I know if I'm playing against a team that's wasting time, it's frustrating.
And they were fouling a lot, too.
Exactly, yeah. And it's frustrating when you foul the other team and they stay down to just kill a minute, 2 minutes off the clock. But those minutes add up, and eventually, game's over, you have your 3 points. So hats off to Juve.
And let's not forget that they barely lost to Bayern with the little lack of goal line technology. We don't know how that would have ended. We were giving a lot of credit to Bayern and how good that team is. So I think I may have counted Juve out a little bit too early. I was impressed by their mentality today.
Might have been your dark horse.
I was about to say, can I just say? My dark horse.
You can say it.
My dark horse beat your dark horse, so I'm winning today.